Alright, we'll try this again. 0-point energy is working right now. It is being suppressed by rogue elements in the United States government, namely John Alexander and Robert Bigelow. Okay, so in 1972, Apollo 14 made contact, the ESP experiment. Edgar Mitchell, INGO, SWANN. They get a textbook on 0-point energy. That goes to Hal Puthoff and Jacques Vallée at SRI. They reverse engineer the technology. Alexander and Bigelow suppress it. It's working right now. It's being suppressed by Alexander and Bigelow. Further, they should hang for treason because 9/11 was a false flag inside job. INGO, SWANN can see the future. He correctly predicted 9/11 with name, date, and place. He tells Hal Puthoff. Puthoff told Congress on the same day Russell Targ is sitting in the Congress. Puthoff is in the smoky back room and told the Senate Intelligence Select Committee. That's why the remote viewing program was funded and it stayed open. Puthoff wanted to make a Hollywood movie in 1990 with a scene of 9/11 in the movie. Alexander stuck a gun in his mouth and stopped him from doing so. Alexander should hang for treason. On the Art Bell show 3 times, not even once, 3 times, I got through on open lines and I said 9/11, live to air. Bell disconnected the call. Ed Dames knew about this. The entire time Ed Dames is on the Art Bell show, they both know about 9/11, and neither of them will say it live to air. I did say it when I got through on open lines. This is known to Lisa Lyon, who told the FBI prior to event. On 9/11, they still blow up everything and get away with it. The reporters are like, the official story, let's just go with that. Yeah, let's just go with that. Further, I reported 9/11 in 1990 to the Toronto Police, 40 College Street. The desk sergeant assaulted me and kicked me out. And then, since 1990 onwards, the Toronto Police have been getting name, date, and place of the next terrorist event. In 2006, they knew about, I had a whole list, Fukushima. 2013, they had the Bataclan Theater warnings, a whole list. 2019, they had the coronavirus warnings. This is documented by the review into MacArthur, the Epstein report. She went and lied and tarnished civilians' name and censored the information. They have on audio tape the coronavirus warnings. And then Mark Saunders is just like, there never was no predictions. I'm gonna lie to cover this up and keep my pension. Yeah, we always lie. Toronto police are liars. So is the Epstein report. Epstein is a liar. Mark Sandler is a liar. Naz is a liar. The civilians review are liars. The Toronto police are liars. The review cross-examined my witnesses, Ryerson and reporters. All the witnesses were honest, gave the same account as mine. Epstein goes and censors, tarnishes the name of civilians. Further, what happened at Ryerson in 2013, Colleen is UAP abducted. She is on the Advanced Civilization, the other planet where Puthoff has the textbook from, which Bigelow now has. She has her own flying car that runs on free energy. When she comes back, she has telepathy. Ramona Pringle, RTA professor, calls Robin Doolittle, Globe and Mail reporter. They get a confession out of Colleen. David Walmsley, the editor, he's like, well, all this is true, but the Globe doesn't write about UFOs. Let's just quash it and pretend we don't know this. Further, Walmsley wants to suppress it because the 4 warnings went to the reporters, to the CBC, to the Toronto Star, to the Globe and Mail. Walmsley knew about Bataclan Theater, has the entire list of information. Nothing's prevented. They now want to cover up that they knew that. And they also had the coronavirus list of information. Kobe Bryant is in there. Why didn't you go warn Vanessa Bryant? That would save the life of Kobe Bryant. And Walmsley, the coward, let's just cover it up and pretend we didn't see this. So I have police, professors, reporters as witness. Not only that, 5 Jane Does, 5 manifested superpowers from the UAP incident. Halen is strong, you can strength test her. Shauna is psychic, she can predict next events, you can side test her. Is Maya manifested gold coin, she's cashed in at the Bank of Nova Scotia. Ramona and Colleen, those are the 5 women I'm counting who had anomalous human experience. These events are reproducible, these women can be cross-examined. And the 0-point energy is working right now. It's being suppressed. Alexander is a reptilian shapeshifter. And I said all this at the Irva 2006 conference. And then Major Paul Smith is like, no, you're wrong about Alexander. David Icke is actually right. They are reptilian shapeshifters. They're able to shapeshift. They had a hostile base on the dark side of the moon. They're able to come down, strangle the real Alexander, put on his shirt, go into the work for him the next day. It's not the same person. They're able to shapeshift. They can also time travel. And who is the head alien? This is so obvious. Lucifer. He's not lost in outer space. He's in the White House. 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. He tells Lawrence Rockefeller what to do. There's two white tuxedoed aliens wearing Hoffman lenses sitting beside him on his left and his right hand side. Then Lawrence Rockefeller. All of the paperwork is signed by Lawrence Rockefeller. We're impeached Richard Nixon. Signed Lawrence Rockefeller. Jimmy Carter will be the next president. Signed Lawrence Rockefeller. Spray chemtrails in the air. Signed Lawrence Rockefeller. And the devil, Satan, Lucifer, is standing over his shoulder watching Rockefeller sign these things. Then it's filed away somewhere in the White House. Susan Gow, John Alexander, Robert Bigelow should hang for treason over 9/11 and suppressing zero-point energy. Come and cross-examine my witnesses. Reporter Robin Doolittle is a witness. Professor Ramona Pringle is a witness. And how many times do I have to say this? Strength test Halen. She can pick up a car. Psychic test Shauna. In the 2013 France list of warnings, Shauna Davies had the entire list of warnings. She said she's scared of the police. She doesn't want to do anything about it. She should talk with Robin, but not with the police. The police arrested Maya. They don't arrest Bruce MacArthur, the serial killer. They arrest Maya, my witness, and the Toronto police. And then they lie in civilians' name to cover this up. The chief of police meets with the Five Eyes. He has a list of the next terrorist events with name, date, and place right in front of him, and he doesn't tell the Five Eyes. All of the events happened. They didn't prevent anything. Then Toronto police has the audacity to go and put leaders in counterterrorism after their name, as they openly, in broad daylight, steal the property tax money and spend it on alcohol. There's a bar inside 40 College Street. And then I phoned the police. I confronted Saunders. I confronted Demke. They are liars. Saunders is like, there never was no predictions. How are we going to lie now to cover this up? We need more people dead. And that's the chief of police we paid millions of dollars to? They get $1 billion from property tax and they have 10,000 people working for them on staff? They are liars. Despicable scum pigs. Fuck off, Toronto police. Fuck right off. And the zero-point energy is going to break. I don't know when, I don't know how, but it will break. And then the pigs at Toronto police will go, they will inflate the property tax. All of them will go and get themselves a flying car that runs on free energy from my heavy lifting. None of them will even say thanks. They're the scum of the earth. The Toronto police are disgusting. And then it's even worse when you go higher up. Alexander is a lizard. Bigelow works for lizards. Lucifer, Satan, is in the White House. All right, that's all I'm going to say for now. It's 8 minutes 35.